Okay, hi, welcome back. Today we're going to discuss anger. I get this quote sent to my email every morning. It's from a website called Thoughtful Mind, and it's free, and they send you a cool quote. And I don't even remember how I signed up for it. It was just there one day, to my recollection. And every day I start the day with a quote and read it, and it sort of centers me and gets me thinking. And it's also become a really useful tool for this project because I can just kind of riff on what the quote said. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to look over at my screen to see what the quote was. The quote is from a man named Lawrence J. Peter. The quote says, "Speak when you are angry, and you'll make the best speech you'll ever regret." Speak when you're angry, and you'll make the best speech you'll ever regret. I didn't know who Lawrence J. Peter was. I had to look him up. Lawrence J. Peter is a world-renowned Canadian educator who is the inventor of what's called the Peter Principle. And some of you may or may not have heard about this. The Peter Principle is the idea that human beings eventually get promoted to their own level of incompetence. So it's like you start on this level and you can do the job, then you get raised up. And, I can do this. This is a little bit better. It's harder. More pay. This is good. And get raised up. And then, I'm trying. This is getting a little tougher. And you get raised up. And then you hit a wall and everything falls apart. I'm sure those of you who have worked for corporations, universities, any large organization where human beings are in charge, you've met a supervisor who has sort of petered themselves, hit that wall and they're trying their best, but it's just not getting it done. So that's what Mr. Peter had to say. Now, let's talk about this. This goes in a million different directions, this topic. The first thing that popped into my head is with the younger members of our audience in mind. I read the internet all the time, as I'm sure you do. This is something not unique to do. There's so much anger online, and there's so much frustration online, and there's so much hatred of anything. I mean, I'm talking about neo-Nazi groups, hate people of a certain ethnic religious persuasion. They have whole websites on that. And then you have customer reviews on Amazon that talk about the product creator should be murdered in their sleep. Really? You should really go murder them? It's off the charts. It's through the roof. It's on every site you can imagine. Everyone is so quick to just nuclearly explode on someone. And I don't think that people, especially young people, really get what the impact of that level of anger can be. Trying to think of a time when I made the best speech that I'll ever regret. It wasn't one particular speech. I can remember one time when I was 17, and a buddy of mine and I were trying to watch a movie, see it like it was yesterday. And at the time, there was only one couch in my parents' living room, and so it was either sit on the couch or sit on the floor. And my buddy was there, and he was stretched out all over the whole couch. And so, I said, "Dude, move. I want to sit on the couch." He wouldn't move. You could see where this was going. Two 17-year-old guys. Move. No. No, dude, really move. No, screw you. No, move. F you. Blah, 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 blah. And we both started yelling at each other. And we both started making speeches that we were going to regret. Somehow, the couch, sitting on a couch like nothing, escalated into releasing all of this hostile tension that apparently had built up in our relationship. You're an idiot because you said this, and this once, and you're an idiot because you did this, and this. And it was much more graphic than that. I can remember some of them, but I'm not going to get into it. And we ended up getting into a physical fight outside. He threw me up against the wall. We rolled and tussled on the ground. We pulled at each other's hair. This was not like a Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee kung fu master fight. This was like two kids from the suburbs, probably you're hurting me. Something like that. At the end of it, what ended up happening was I had him cornered against the wall, and I was going to hit him in the face. And I cocked back to hit him, And he goes like this, and I had already thrown my fist, and I was like, no, don't hit your friend. And I diverted my fist, and there happened to be a window behind there, so my fist went through the window. And that was enough to stop us both. We were like, whoa, 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 this is becoming like the movies. Like, let's stop. And it's funny. I tell this story and I think, what is my audience thinking right now? Young people, like, is this guy totally nuts? Guys, let me tell you, back in the day, and I mean this, the guys had little fist fights and altercations all the time. We were regular suburban middle class kids being out in the woods, a kid throwing a rock at another kid. It was common. No one made a federal case out of it. I'm not advocating it. I don't want it to happen. But just I can think about how people are hearing this and going, oh, God. If you are, that's your choice. I look back and it was just part of life back then. And I'm trying to make a point with the story. So relax. You'll make the best speech you ever regret. I guess the moral here is that there's no point in going straight to anger. Anger is satisfying for 1 second, not even, for a nanosecond. And someday, you're going to have a boss. And someday, that boss is going to say and do things that you completely disagree with, don't like, would never support, never go along with, don't believe in, think is stupid, on and on and on. And you're going to have tons of evidence for this. Your degree is going to back you up, your community, your online community, your Facebook people, your parents, your friends are like, yes. If I was your boss, Justin said no tacos on Wednesday, he's an idiot. But you know what happens at the end of the day in the workplace? If Justin's the boss, there's no tacos on Wednesday. And we've sort of lost sight of that dynamic. And I think that's where a lot of our anger comes from, is we the people look at our leaders, wherever they are, politics, government, workplace, and we say, oh, they don't do it the right way. We get all frustrated. There's an American English expression. It's very particular to our brand of football, the helmets and all that stuff, our brand of football. It's called armchair quarterbacking. An armchair quarterback, you might get the metaphor. There's the guy in his house watching the game on TV in his armchair, and he's yelling at the TV, telling the coach how to, put that guy over there and throw the ball that way and make this happen. He's acting like the leader of the team, even though he's not on the team and he's, in front of a television set. Armchair quarterbacking. I think a lot of our anger in our society comes from being armchair quarterbacks. We wake up, we walk out there, we look at the world, and we say, oh, God, this shouldn't be. Like, this should be like this, and this should be like that, and that's that. Honestly, stop. Stop. Here's the deal. If that's you, it's been me. I'll raise my hand first. I've done that a lot. What I learned is you get happiness and peace when you just cut that out. You just stop doing that. You just one day just turn it off. There's really nothing to be gained from that. And if you're able to turn that off, you'll be able to avoid, as Mr. Lawrence J. Peters said over here, making the best speech you'll ever regret. If you just let things be the way they are, and you just observe them, let them in, look at them for a second, don't attach to them, you're going to have a much happier life. Much happier life. Back when I was 22, if you had asked me, what's the most important thing in life? I would have said, getting what I want. I worked hard in school and I studied, and now I got to make my mark on the world, and I got to be an important guy, and bip, 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 bip. Now, at almost 40, if you ask me what's the most important thing, it's being happy. This world can be a bucket of crap. It's like a big, gigantic spaceship that's like falling apart, and we're all a friggin' crew member. So, you realize one day you're like, I don't have infinite time here. I mean, what do I have, 40 more years left? I'm almost halfway through whoa. Happy. Happy is so much better than angry. So try not to speak out of anger. Speak out of happiness. Don't be like me. Don't almost punch your buddy in the face over the frickin' couch. Don't armchair quarterback the world. Let things go by. Smile more. Laugh. Be light. Have fun. And just remember that you live on a planet with 7 billion people, in a solar system with 9 planets, in a galaxy with frickin' 7 million solar systems, in a universe with 11 billion galaxies. You've seen that thing online with that just goes out and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Just think of that, and you'll feel much better. Thanks. Have a good weekend.